Today we take a detailed look at where Santa is and when he will arrive. Thanks for listening to This Is Today. The skies over the United States are constantly monitored by the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD for short. Around the holidays, they start what some would say is their most important mission of the year, and that is tracking Santa and his sleigh. Today, I am joined by a special guest from NORAD, United States Air Force Captain Nathaniel Callan. Thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Russ.
Yeah, so tracking Santa and his sleigh has been a tradition for as long as I can remember. When did this begin?
It all started in, I believe it was 1955 when Sears ran an ad in a newspaper and the phone number was actually incorrect, and it was a direct line to what the predecessor of NORAD was at the time. And the colonel who answered the phone, he didn't understand why this child was calling for looking for Santa, but he ended up going with it. And for the rest of that shift, he told all of his airmen, make sure you answer the phone and let them know where Santa is. And from that day on, every single Christmas time, we track Santa Claus, and it's really a big hit, and it's a lot of fun, and it's providing a very important service to all those boys and girls out there who are waiting for their presents on Christmas Day.
Oh, yeah. Well, it sounds like actually Sears could have maybe taken a lesson from Santa and checked things twice. However, I guess this was a pretty happy mistake.
Yeah, it became a very fortuitous blunder on their part. Whoever it was, maybe it was the copywriter for Sears, or maybe it was the newspaper who just wrote it down wrong. But 65 years later, we're still doing this, and it's a lot of fun, and we get to provide that service to everyone around the world.
So how many people are involved with helping to track Santa? That's got to be a Herculean effort.
There is a lot of planning that goes into it every single year. We usually start in the summertime, actually, looking for volunteers and prepping material and making sure that we have everything that we need to track Santa come Christmas Eve. And it goes everything from the radar operators and the folks who are working on the equipment that we use to track Santa Claus, all the way down to the people who are answering the phone on Christmas Eve and letting people know where Santa is around the world. So every year it fluctuates a little bit, but some years we've had over 1,200 people volunteering their time right before Christmas to help people understand and know where Santa is and when he'll be stopping by there.
Wow. And calls are just one way to check in with Santa. You can do this now on websites, social media. You guys have put a lot of work into this online as well, right?
Yeah, so we actually have a NORAD Track Santa app on the Apple App Store, Google Play. We have noradsanta.org, where you can you can get on there right now and play holiday games and listen to Christmas music and stuff like that. We'll obviously be updating that and tracking Santa on Christmas Eve. So you can go to noradsanta.org. And then we have Twitter, we have Facebook, and we have Instagram, and you can just search for NORAD Track Santa, and all of those will come up.
Okay, so there's so many homes out there. There's so many cookies out there for Santa. Do you see, because you guys have been tracking him for so long, that the route actually slows down as he goes along and eats all those cookies? Or does the extra sugar actually cause him to speed up a little bit?
Well, I am not well versed in Santa's diet throughout the year, but I would say he's probably got a pretty good metabolism, especially with how hard he is working. Now, something that is actually really interesting is when Santa Claus comes into Canadian airspace, which is where he enters to deliver presents to North America, he actually has to slow down so our fighter jets who escort him can actually keep up. So Santa's sleigh travels at the speed of starlight So you can imagine how much work he can get done if he's moving at the speed of a star. So
Right. That's blazing fast. I wonder, have you guys adopted any of his technology that you've learned from the sleigh?
well, we've tried, but he likes to keep a close hold.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were maybe a couple people on the inside sneaking us some details and plans on how to make our aircraft and other weapon systems better. But
Yeah.
uh, officially, Santa Claus doesn't want us to have the technology that he has.
Well, I've noticed most planes have adopted the red light from Rudolph, I would assume.
Yeah, well, red light actually works really well in darkness. You can see it, and it doesn't actually affect your night vision as much. So that's why a lot of aircraft have red lights, especially when it comes to landing or taking off. It's so the pilots and the air traffic controllers don't have to ruin their night vision looking at like a bright white light.
Oh,
So
interesting.
yeah, that is a little piece of technology that Santa uses and we use as well.
Some kids may be a little concerned this year because, they didn't get to go to the mall and tell Santa what they wanted or go to wherever, they usually visit Santa. There's no need for concern there, right?
So I don't think there's any concern with that. Santa Claus loves getting letters from children all around the world, but I also think he knows what you really want deep down inside. So even if you weren't able to go to the mall and point it out to your parents and have them kind of give Santa Claus a little heads up on what you want for Christmas, I think you're still going to get what you want. Yeah.
Based on your experience, what time do you expect Santa to visit various households?
All right. So this is a very important topic. And so
Right.
for all the kids that are out there listening, Santa Claus will only come to your house and deliver presents if you are in bed and asleep by 10 p.m.
10
So
p.m.
yep,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
that's straight from Santa's mouth. He sent us a message earlier and said, "Yeah, if they're not in bed by 10 p.m., then I can make no guarantees that I'll be able to come to their house and deliver presents."
Oh,
So,
wow.
if
Okay.
you want to make sure you got presents on Christmas morning, make sure you're in bed and all snuggled up, and of course, you need to make sure you leave some milk and cookies out on the table
Of course. Yeah.
because he'll be looking forward to that as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Another thing that I've always wondered, and you may got the insight on this. Does Mrs. Claus ever call you guys to ask Santa's whereabouts?
To my knowledge, Mrs. Claus has never called our call center to ask where Santa's whereabouts are. But we have had a couple elves wonder, is Santa still on track? Is everything good? Especially when he gets into our airspace and we're able to give him a good visual because we've got fighter jets up in the air escorting him along his way. And they'll say, "Hey, how's Santa looking?" And of course, Santa's a tough guy, and he really has a lot of energy, and he's really passionate about what he does.
All right. So thank you so much for joining us. And just to make sure that the kids are able to track, can you make sure that you give us that web address and that phone number?
Absolutely. So the web address for tracking Santa on Christmas Eve is noradsanta.org. And it is a very fun website. And I'd highly recommend everyone going and checking it out now because we have games that are holiday related. You can go to the gift shop. There is all types of information about Santa Claus and his operation up at the North Pole. It is really something that will get you in the holiday spirit. And of course, if you don't want to use the website, you can always call our call center at 1-877 HI NORAD. So HINORAD. And we'll be able to give you a live update on Christmas Eve. Doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. If you're curious as to where Santa is across Europe, we can let you know. So we're standing by. We're ready to answer phones, and we look forward to sharing Santa's location with you.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for everything that you do to help protect Santa and get those gifts out to all the kids.
Yeah, it's been great talking to you, and thanks for having me on the show.
And thank you for listening to This Is Today. Hey, by the way, today is also Festivus. Yeah, that's a real thing now, thanks to Seinfeld. Tomorrow, of course, Christmas Eve and National Eggnog Day. Over the weekend, we've got Christmas on Saturday, as well as National Pumpkin Pie Day. On Sunday, we start Kwanzaa as well as Boxing Day and National Candy Cane Day. I will talk to you on Monday. Enjoy whatever holiday you're celebrating. I look forward to talking to you again on Monday. Have a great weekend. Thanks so much.